Part of that BRICS nation is Russia, and you started off the broadcast making reference to them and these sanctions. You know, people have long time said that sanctions really don't affect countries. They don't really affect the elite, the central government. But it looked like these recent ones to block oil and to get India to stop oil were more severe than before. Maybe first speak on the sanctions and then maybe speak on Zelensky, his relationship with the president, this lack of, supporting with long-term missiles, and where you think this goes next.
Well, if India, and thus far this is my impression, has no intention of halting its purchases of Russian oil and gas, why do we think anybody else will be important? India buys enormous quantities. Rosneft, the Russian corporation, owns the largest refinery in the world in India. So I see no evidence that India is now going to turn against Russia, its strategic partner, for decades.
So
they have been close to Russia.
Trump said Modi said he wouldn't, but again, you're saying that's more theater.
I don't think it's going to happen. And in fact, a spokesman for Modi just a couple of days later said, we have no intention of stopping our purchase of Russian oil and gas.
I also heard it was like 6 months, 12 months phasing out. I heard other details that made it look like if it was in the future.
Well, what about Japan? Japan's not going to stop. China's not going to stop. The other thing is, China is the biggest market in the world. In terms of purchasing power, China is now the biggest economy in the world. Who is going to cut their own throat or their own wrists and walk away from China? Who's partnered with China? This hasn't really hit the news in a big way in the United States. People don't understand what's happening. But Trump is meeting with the 5 leaders of the 5 Central Asian republics. These are the places like Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, so forth that we call the stands. He's invited them to the White House. He wants to talk about commercial relations. Well, this is a direct affront to Moscow. People don't remember that there was an attempted coup in Central Asia just at the point in time before the Russians intervened in Ukraine, organized by the CIA and that other wonderful organization, the National Endowment for Democracy, which is a national endowment for anarchy wherever you send them. They work closely with the CIA. Moscow has not forgotten that. We pour a lot of money through the CIA into trying to destabilize Central Asia. Why? There are large numbers of Islamists that, if they are not suppressed by the governments, can cause real havoc. Then there's something else. Both China and Russia share an interest in stabilizing Central Asia. This One Belt, One Road can really benefit the people of Central Asia, but only if there is order, not if there is instability. So they're interested in order. The second thing is, there was this organization. It was called the Mongolian Empire, that played havoc with the world for 300 to 400 years. Neither China nor Russia.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
Russia want to relive that experience. So any hint of extremism, such as Islamism, that could be exploited somehow to unite that area and then hurl it against Russia or China is unacceptable. So why are we doing this? Well, I think in Trump's mind, or in the minds of the people that advise him, well, we're strategically checkmating them, boss. We're going to get in there and show them we can make trouble for them if they don't get on board with us in Venezuela. What kind of stupid thinking is that? That's back to Ukraine. Why are we involving ourselves in a country on Russia's doorstep? That makes no sense at all. The best that we can do is try to alleviate the suffering. Ukraine is a big graveyard. That's all it is. That's a dead country now. Just within the last 48 hours, the Russians have surrendered a total of 10,000 Ukrainian troops. I think 5,000 in one area, 5,000 in another, and the Russians sent a message to them: surrender or you will be annihilated. And Zelensky ordered them to fight. They haven't got a snowball's chance in hell. Ukrainian military is decimated. Most of our technology did not perform to expectation. We wasted lives, the great men of NATO, the leading generals who gave all the wonderful advice, primarily American and British, to execute a series of offensives that bled Ukraine white. Ukraine is finished militarily. The humane thing is to go in there, recognize the facts, and tell Zelensky to either get out of town or shut up, and come up with an arrangement that will end this war as soon as possible on the most humane terms that we can get. But what have we done? Nothing. We walked away. If it can't be this theatrical moment, the great moment on the stage, then Donald Trump doesn't like it.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.